Hi class, today we will be learning about simplifying radicals. A perfect square is the product of a rational number multiplied by itself. A square root of a perfect square is rational, but the square root of a number that isn't a perfect square is not rational. Simplifying radicals is the same as finding the square root. For example, the square root of 64 is 8, because 8 times 8 equals 64. Now the square root of 8 is 2 radical 2. Because 8 is not a perfect square, it doesn't come out very well. And this is where simplifying radicals with non-perfect squares is necessary. Now, to simplify a radical, what you do is you find the largest perfect square factor of the number that's inside the radical. You find that number's square root, and then you place the answer, the square root, outside of the radical containing the non-perfect square that's left over. So let's move on to some examples, shall we? I have written these problems on the board for you to do. Angela, you come up first. Do the first two.
Okay. Well, the square root of 36 is 6. So 6 times negative 3 equals negative 18.
Wonderful. Now do this one.
The square root of x to the 4th is x squared. And
nice.
X squared times x equals x to the 3rd.
Perfect.
I did it.
You have done the first two problems correctly. Okay, now Pooja, it's your turn.
Alright, so 18 isn't a perfect square, so you divide it into a perfect square and a non-perfect square. So 3 and red 9 and red 2. The square root of 9 is 3, so you take 3 times 3, red 2, and that would be 9 red 2. For this one, 25 is a perfect square. So you take 1 over 5 and multiply it by 5 over 1. That's 5 over 5, which also equals 1.
Normally, I would have you simplify a radical like the square root of 8,381, but our lack of time precludes us from doing so. So I'm just going to say it simplifies to this, and then to this, and that our homework is page 89, numbers 1 through 27, odds only.